Hey, welcome, welcome. You're here. I'm so glad for that. This is Creativity in Focus, a live weekly podcast where we show a new artist and their art to you every single week. We have a very special guest today, but here are a few announcements before we really get started. First of all, wherever you're watching, it can be Facebook, YouTube, creativityinfocus.com, whatever you are, there is a chat box either beside the video or below the video. That's the place where you have to interact with this amazing artist. We welcome your comments. We love to know where you are, so that's the first thing that you could be telling us. And we love questions. Yes, Colleen is here to answer your questions. So anytime you feel the need to ask a question, look for that chat, and right there, I will get it here and she will be able to answer to you. Another very important part is that we rely on you to get the word out about this podcast. This is a content-only podcast, meaning nobody is going to try to sell you anything. So it's safe for you to share everywhere, including groups. It's just information. And we would love if you could do that. As you probably know, the sooner you share a video, especially if you're watching this on a social media platform, the more they show the video. So that's a great way to help us get the word out there about this artist. You know, all artists, they need to get highlighted because they bring positive things to this world. They bring beauty to this world. So we want to get the word out about it. And another thing that you can do is give us a like or a heart, whatever is the platform that you're watching this. There is either a heart button or a like button or something. Click on there, it's always up, because that helps us show as well, okay? We only have you to help us get the word out. So please take a second, especially at the beginning of this live, because it will help us a lot. With that said, my guest today is a figurative sculptor, Colleen Spies, and she sculpts with wool. Welcome, Colleen.
Hi, Shahar. Thanks for inviting me.
Oh, I'm so glad to finally be talking to you and showing you beautiful dolls. They are amazing. Colleen, for people that never heard of you before, tell me a little bit about you.
My name is Colleen Spies. Originally, I'm from Malaysia. I've been here since I was 18 years old, and I'm pretty old now. Let me see. I've always been involved in art. I started out, when I was a young girl, with little bits of crafts and arts and crafts, always making something with my hands. So, naturally, I'm just artistic, and I always want to create using my hands.
What was the first medium you chose to create?
Or when I was a kid, when I was young, just whatever else I can get my hands on, really.
Good.
Yeah, could be. I remember my first doll was made from a sock, a used sock. Just stuff it in and plop a bunch of wool on top of it and use my marker pen to, draw the eyes and the lips and, steal a little bit of my mom's lace. I would cut some out. She goes, I thought I had a long couple years for this. What happened to it?
What happened?
So that's how my creativity starts, pretty
That's
much.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. Colleen, we have here Charlotte with us. She's from Salt Lake City. She's actually a fiber artist. I know she's very good at weaving. June Comfrey is saying from Montana, and Carla Gonçalves, I'm not sure I know her, and I think she's from Brazil, but she lives here in the US, if I'm not wrong. So, Colleen, so far I know that you made your mom mad and probably your art teacher very happy, right?
Pretty much, yes.
So
Yeah.
when was that you went one step up besides playing with things?
Well, of course, I would say in my college days, I, would paint a little bit, but I didn't really get too much into painting art. My first job, I remember I was a floral designer. Again, I get to use my hands, creativity. So I'm the floral designer of a flower shop in Chicago.
Oh.
I love that job, but the weather wasn't that nice to us.
Yeah.
So then we moved to Arizona. That's where I'm here now.
Oh, so you went from Chicago, super cold, to Arizona, super hot.
Yes. But we came to visit Arizona in February, and
Uh-huh.
that just did us in. I mean, the weather here was just beautiful.
Uh-huh.
But I just love Arizona here. So
That's cool. That's cool. And what attracted you to wool? Because that's the medium of choice you have right now, right?
yes, right, yeah, yes. Well, back in December 2013, I believe. Yes, we visited our friend in Vancouver,
Mm-hmm.
in Pender Island, and I saw a little doll my friend Elizabeth made. It was just laying by the window there. I mean, it was just so beautiful. And when I saw that, I just thought, oh my God, that looks like something I remembered when I was a kid. I was reading a storybook, and they have this little beautiful dolls in that storybook illustration.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't figure out what it was when I was a kid. I said, that's so interesting. I wonder what it's made of. Years and years, I could never figure that out.
Uh-huh.
And then I asked Elizabeth, what is this made from? She goes, wool. I said, wool? Yeah, it's needle felting. Oh, okay. So after Christmas, after December 30th, we got home. First thing I did was,
Google?
go girl. That was it. That was the beginning.
Oh,
So
look at
that
that.
doll from Elizabeth really just sparked everything. That was the thing that just set me going crazy.
Look at that. That's so fun. Needle felting is one of my favorite activities, I have to tell you. I love needle felt, and I think what you can accomplish with that is unbelievable. A lot of people have the misconception that needle felt is something for kids, that you make just tiny, cute animals, and it's a whole different ball game. I want to show some of your pieces so people can get an idea where you can get with needle felting.
Okay.
So the first one is the elephant. Can you see that?
Yes, I can. Yes. This was a request from a friend who wanted a mummy elephant and a baby elephant. It was a very interesting piece because I would have to dye the wool myself just to get that perfect tone color for the elephant. It's all armature with internal wire armature, so you can move the tusk, pose him around a little bit. I do like that.
That's very good. How big is that piece?
Ooh, ooh. About say 12 inches
Uh-huh.
tall from the mother's head to the ground from the
That's a
foot.
good size.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it is.
Let's see the next.
Ah, that's a little baby leopard.
Uh-huh.
Ooh, yeah, that's very time consuming. You gotta do all the little spots individually.
Oh gosh. How
Yeah.
long did it take you to create that?
Um, it's kind of hard because I've never really timed myself
Uh-huh.
because I just want to enjoy doing it.
I know the
But
feeling.
I would assume at least 30 to 40 hours. Yeah, yeah.
Doing that. And how big is that piece?
Oh, it's not that big. I would say about 8 inches, 8 to 9, maybe 10 inches tall from his foot to the top of his head.
Well, quite a big one. And the eyes, are they needle felted or do you use inset eyes?
Um, the eyes for this particular one is I made it myself. It's just cabochon. Um,
Oh.
yeah, it's called glass eyes. I do like glass eyes or pre-made eyes. They're more realistic, and I just want to bring that out a little bit more.
Okay, let's see one more.
That's Leo the lion. Isn't he majestic?
He is.
Yeah, he's another fun piece to make. Again, same thing with the color. I have to dye my own
You
wool.
dye that? Wow.
Yeah, just have to get that particular tone in there. But he's about probably 10 inches tall. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. And that's one of the challenges, correct, for people that like to needle felt is finding subtones of colors. Do you feel the same?
Yes, absolutely. There's certain colors that you can get online or any marketplace that sells wool. There's certain colors you can kind of mix them yourself, but you cannot go so far, and they do get a little bit blotchy. And I'm very picky with colors, so I said, okay, I'm done with this. I'll just dye it myself. Okay, let's see. So that's what I did. So
So you start dyeing after you start playing with needle felting, or was it the opposite?
after.
After? Nice.
Yeah. Another thing too is the doll hair. One of the challenges in the beginning when I started it, it was kind of hard for me to look for good sources, probably because I didn't know what to look for. When what I found was, oh, really nice doll hair. Okay, they say it's doll hair, so that's good, doll hair, and it's dyed. And when I got it, it's like, wow, what is this? It's all bunched up. So I have to pick them through, and
Yes.
by the time I pick them through, it's all fuzz. And I thought, okay, the color's not quite what I want.
Uh-huh.
So one day I said, okay, that's it. I'm done. Let's see what I can do.
Uh-huh.
So that's what I did. I would dye my own doll hair too. So
Maria Cohen is saying, love your creations of needle felting. And Beverly from Canada, she's a sculptor. She actually uses T-shirts to sculpt, which is very interesting. She's saying hello from Edmonton. So Colleen, are you self-taught or did you take courses?
I couldn't teach myself because I just don't know where to start. When I first saw the doll, Elizabeth's doll, I mean, I had no idea. So when I Googled, I found a place where I could buy a DVD to teach you basic, needle felting. I just needed an introduction. What is this? Where can I get this? How does it work? So as soon as I found that, I bought this DVD and I learned the basics. But it wasn't enough for me. I'm more interested in the female face, and I just didn't know what to do. But after a while, after playing with the needle felting for a while, I figured, okay, you start out with an ugly face. No, you start with a monster face. Then you progress to an old man's face, and then you go to the next step, which is a man's face. And that's where it kind of stopped. But I thought, okay, what if I push further? What if I chisel down the chin a little bit, do a little bit of plastic surgery, So that's what I did, and that's how I kind of taught myself, okay, how you make a female face, very delicate female face. And of course, it evolved quite a
From
bit.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting because with me, it was the same thing. I was fascinated by it, but where to find a way to learn? I actually, I go to California every now and then, and there is a Japanese bookstore there that I love, actually. It's the first place. I get out of the plane, and there I go. And I start buying some books in Japanese. The thing is, I don't read Japanese at all, but they are very good in their pictures. And I would get bits of it until I say, oh, I understand the process now, and went. And you know that to this day, here in Salt Lake City, you're talking about 1.5 million people. I'm still one of the only ones doing needle felting that is not for kids. So sometimes it's hard to find a resource for that. Let me show you a few more figures. So far we've seen animals. We are going to see a few more. But you have a thing for the human figure, correct?
Yes, I love the little faces.
Yes, yes. So this one, tell us about this one.
Okay, this is a Christmas scenery, which is something I like to do during the holidays, for greeting cards, so online. That's a polar bear, and he's carrying a basket of Christmas goodies, and I have two different elves that I made, and I just prop them up and pose them around, and that's what it is. Yeah, yeah.
That's beautiful.
I just love it.
How long ago did you create that one?
That was last year.
Oh, last year. Okay.
Oh,
Let's see
no,
the
no,
next.
no. It was last Christmas. That's correct. Last Christmas.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's see one more. That's another Christmas one, right?
Yeah, just to show you, it's just not for kids only.
No,
I
yeah.
mean, you can do it from a polar bear to a little snowman to a little Christmas tree to dolls. Pretty much anything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Colleen, here, Bree is here saying, hi, ladies, and Una Sasa is saying, wonderful work.
Thank you.
One thing that I do shows, and I take my pieces to shows, and many times the kids come, right? And suddenly those become toys, and inside I'm just dying. Because for sure they're not toys. Now you have some beautiful figures with you there, like a very big one, right? Tell us about the process. Actually, Colleen, let me back a little bit. For people that never heard of needle felting, just tell me basically how it is. Do I buy a leg made of wool, or what happens?
Okay, what you need are two important things. The tool, which is a needle felting tool. It's like a needle with barbed wires. I mean, barbed cuts in the needle. What it does, it compresses your wool, and you can kind of form or sculpt it like you would clay, but it's the medium is in wool form. Yeah, and the type of wool you need to get is called batting wool. Yeah, you don't want comb roving wool. You want batting wool.
And why?
It's just felt. The batting wool is the best thing for you to felt with. The roving the comb hair top roving wool is not that great for needle felting. Yeah.
Sherry is such a wonderful style, and her door hair is phenomenal. So now that you're going to start showing your figures, talk to us about the hair, because you create your own, you dye your own hair, not your own, the doll's hairs.
I
I
dye
dye
my
my
hair
own.
Well, I would, again, this is self-taught, trial by and error, and lots of money down the drain. I would search for raw wool from local farms, in the U.S., and I would buy them raw, which means full of pee, poop, and
Smelly.
barnyard stuff, which I love.
You do?
Yeah, it smells earthy. Yeah. But by the time I go through and process them all, it's nice and clean. I mean, it's a lot of work. I don't do whole batch. I mean, literally one lock by one lock, I would separate them, and
Wow.
I would wash them, and then I would wash them again, and then I would line them up again, and then dye them, and then wash them, and line them up again. I mean, the process is endless. But what it does to me is it gives me an opportunity to use what I'm familiar with, color. My artwork, I paint. So this is another form of painting. So I would dye my own color. And like I said, I have a hard time finding colors that I want personally. And early on the days, I see colors that are very weak, dyed very, weak color. I like strong, vibrant colors. So
Uh-huh.
that's pretty much, what
What
would,
do you like? Uh-huh.
yeah.
Is there a type of wool for the hair that you prefer?
My favorites are Teeswater, Wensleydale, um, a little bit of Icelandic, and some. I think that's pretty much. I would eat.
The,
I would
the
eat
three
that.
that are
Yeah,
Teeswater, Wensleydale, and Icelandic.
yeah.
Jill Cullimore says, Colleen has beautiful wool in stunning colors. And you do. So let's show some babies there.
Okay. Okay. You mean hair or dolls?
Let's start with the hair, since we are talking about hair now.
Okay.
And you also sell the hair you dye, correct?
Yes, and
Okay.
I have tons and
Ooh,
tons and tons and tons of
I
hair.
need to go visit you.
Yeah, do go. So what I normally do is, I have I can honestly say it, maybe over 100 half ounce of different color hair. Sorry. So what I would do is I would, just after I make the doll, I would just take a bunch out of hair and then put her head on there. Um, Jeff, can you get me one of the dolls here on my table? Excuse me.
And then you say, does it look good with this color?
Yes.
Yes.
And
Uh-huh.
yes. And that's where it gives character. Here's my half-made doll. So I would say, oh, does she look good with this hair?
Uh-huh.
I go through all of them, and eventually one would pop out and say, yes,
That's the color for you.
that's the color for her, and that's what I would use. So that's pretty much what I do all the time.
The process. Okay. Can we talk about this big doll you have behind you?
Okay.
I find her gorgeous.
Can you see her?
I can
All the way
see
to
the
the head?
body. I cannot.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Okay,
Lovely
perfect.
husband. Just adjusted. Perfect.
Okay. She's on fire, isn't she?
Yes, she's gorgeous.
Yeah. I like strong female characters. this was my first entry to the Quinlan doll show in Philadelphia last year.
Okay.
My first doll show ever, and I was petrified. Didn't know what to do. Don't know anybody except for the wonderful people at the Professional Doll Making Artists Guild.
Guild. Okay.
They're a great group of people, and
They
Linda,
are.
yeah, Linda made me feel so welcome. I mean, I don't know anybody there. I mean, she was wonderful, and all of them are just so wonderful. And they, you know, when I was there, one important thing that really made me stood up and pay attention. I said, after seeing all the beautiful work in there, I go, oh boy, I really have to, improve on my work. So what it does, it helps you and helps you improve on your work and drive you to the next stage. You cannot stay comfortable in where you're at. You have to keep climbing and climbing.
Yes. Good.
You always need to learn something new. Yeah.
I agree with you.
So this is my idea. She's on fire. This girl is on fire. Of course, I listened to that song. This girl is on fire.
Uh-huh.
That's what I came up with. An archer and
That's so good.
boots,
You just mentioned the guild, and really the art doll guild people, they are great supporters of Curious Mondo. Linda is always posting stuff on the group, and many of them. It's important for us to understand, you're self-taught, I'm self-taught, but we go so much faster when we network with people that are into the same journey that we are, right?
Yeah.
Creating sculptures, and
yeah.
it's important.
I feel like you can only go so far. But the ladies opened my eyes. I mean, I realized, there's more I can learn, and I know where to learn.
Yes.
Where to go. That's very helpful. Yes.
Yeah, that's true. Noemi Smith is saying that she's seen this beautiful doll in person and she's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Beverly is saying stunning. So tell me, she's a big doll. How big is she?
She's 3 feet tall.
3 feet tall.
Yes.
All wood, or did you use anything in the core?
Wire armature.
The wire armature?
Yes.
That's it?
Yes, she's
And then
very
the wool.
she's pretty heavy, very tall. So you definitely need something. I can't make her solid with just wool. She's carrying the bow and
Oh, she has a arch and a bow there. I didn't see that before.
yeah.
And of course, you dyed the hair.
Yes,
That was it, or did you dye anything else?
I dyed the hair for her.
Ah,
Yeah,
That's
and that's
so
tea
amazing.
water.
that's this water. Yeah, I love it. I love the curls that it has. So what about this beautiful blue doll you have beside you? Yes.
This one?
Yeah.
Can we say something about her?
Oh, we can say anything here. We are all friends.
Okay. I will be teaching a class, Jeff. In August with you. Curious.
Yes, a curious wonder. Look at this lady.
Yes. She is about 10 inches, and she's dressed in the Marie Antoinette shabby chic style. And this is the class I'll be teaching there.
From beginning to end, a complete doll with the costume.
Yes.
What really excites me, and the reason I invited you, is the face and how you make it. Because as a needle felting sculptor myself, I know how hard that is. And it is hard.
It's easy.
You make that every day.
You can make it with your eyes closed after a few.
I bet. After a while, yes. Let me show some more pictures that we have from your work.
Okay.
So we are going to show this little girl, the tall girl, but now on a close-up on the face. So she has beads on the hair, is that correct?
Yeah, beads that hang on to her headpiece, and then she's got really acrylic eyes, and the flames are all needle felted. Pretty much the whole body was needle felted except for the accessories and the studs on the bodies. Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Let's see one more. This one, I think you have it on your table as well, don't you? No. No.
Right here, yeah.
Oh, right here.
Yeah. I call her Little Red.
The little red.
Yeah. She's another 10-inch doll. Of course, inspired by Little Red Riding Hood. This is my version of Little Red Riding Hood. Yeah,
Beautiful, beautiful.
thank you.
Okay, any more pieces you want us to take a peek? I think they're excited to know. I see a swan behind you, is that correct?
Yes, it is. This is
Oh, look at that piece.
a piece I made.
Mm.
Um, it's part um, polymer clay and needle felt.
Oh,
Yeah. Again, the body is the swan's body is totally made from uh, wool needle felting. But the feet and the beak is polymer clay.
okay.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And the woman, it's all needle felt.
No, her hands, face, and legs are polymer
A
clay,
polymer clay, okay?
and then everything else is needle felt.
Okay.
And she has a set of wings. So
And those wings, they're not needle felted or are they?
needle felted,
One by one?
one by
You're
one,
crazy, woman.
one by one.
How long did it take you to do that?
Oh, I would say one season of any show on Netflix. That's what I do. Watch Netflix and needle felt. Yep.
Wow.
Every feather is individually felted, even the swan's feathers too.
Crazy.
They're all posable.
Wow. You know, I don't know if you are, but you and Noemi Smith should be best friends. Just saying, because it's
Yes.
unbelievable the amount of details. Um, they told me we have lots of pictures of your work to show, so people get excited and ask Colleen questions. Why not? She's so good at what she does. Just think about the amount of detailed work that went into the last piece that she just showed us. It's unbelievable. Kay saying hi and good morning from Australia.
Hi.
Did you go to the Queensland this year?
I didn't because of scheduling time and work time. I wasn't able to.
Yeah, I know. I
Unfortunately.
wanted so bad to go, but we had a convention that we have to attend at exactly the same time, but maybe next year. I was just thinking, oh, I'm going to go meet so many cool people. But
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't this time.
Yeah.
Okay, let's show a few more pictures of your work. And
Yes, this is a different process, not a different process, but
okay.
I use a special ice handmade by a friend of mine, Sigrid from Germany. She's hand blown all the ice individually. Is they're all OOAK. No two are alike. And this
Wow.
particular girl, her eyeballs kind of follow you when you turn her around. So that's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And I just want to say the word you see there, Woo Dolls, is the name of your business, correct?
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
very cool. Another one? Hang
Ah,
on, little tomato.
yeah, this is my favorite piece I want to tell everybody about.
Oh,
My favorite song is from a group called Pink Martini, and they have this beautiful
ooh, love them.
tomato. And every time when I feel down, I listen to that song. So one day just pop in my head, hey, make a doll. So I did.
That's so cool.
Yeah, yeah, right here. I mean, hang on, little tomato.
Oh,
Pink.
that's a big piece.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
I love Pink Martini. I went to their show. They were here in Salt Lake, I think about 2 years ago, and I
Oh,
went there. Okay, let's see one more. There you go. Which one is this?
okay. This is my little doll. I just finished like maybe a week ago.
Oh, brand new.
Yes, and she is in her new home now. She's no longer with me. Her name is Giselle, and she's carrying a little springly cookie that I made.
That's so
That
cool.
that's she was inspired by springly cookies. That's why I made her just so she can carry a little cookie. Yes,
And the dress is needle felted as well?
everything
Wow.
except for the little cookie.
Huh.
Yeah.
And well, let me say first what Maria is saying. She has such detail. Lovely. She's talking probably about the one with the wings. Lots of love and work, that's for sure. Now, do you use wet felting at all to create the dresses or no?
Um, I, Let me take that back. I did use wet felting once or twice.
Okay.
It was fun. It was good. It was an I'd like to do it, but it's another process. I would have to pull out my tool and get dirty and what on that. But I prefer to needle felt it as I go
Okay.
along. Yeah.
I love wet felting when I see the pieces, but for me, it's the same thing. I have to have a special place and a setup time, and it's messy.
Yeah.
Nothing that is very messy really attracts me. So, I've needle felted a pair of boots, and I have plans for a coat, but I keep postponing because, the needle felt I can watch TV, I can do whatever. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I get. It's just that some people think, oh, it's faster if you wet felt.
Yeah.
Yes, it is, but sometimes the joy is exactly of being poking.
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah. It is a nice finish too. Don't get me wrong. I like the finish. It's a very nice finish. I would occasionally use that, but I'm always trying to mix up my costuming and see what I can come up with.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Karen saying hello. Charlotte is saying fabulous details. So, Colleen, for example, like the last doll that you created, do you sketch something before? What the creation process? Do you go right into the wool?
Okay. Usually what I do is I would think, oh, maybe I'll make a 10-inch doll. Okay, fine. So I'll start with the eyes. I'll pick the color eyes, and then I'll start making the head. I would think I'm gonna make a certain doll, but as soon as the face is done, and then I put the hair on to trim the hair, boom, it tells me what it wants to be.
And it goes
I
from
have
there.
no control. I have no control.
That's cool. So I say, when you're in the beginning of your process, you can be my best friend. And then in the detail part, you can be Noemi's best friend. What about that?
It's easy, trust me. It's a simple process. When you watch that class, you see that simple process. You're on your own. It's so easy.
I really want to engage people a lot more into sculpting with wool. For me, for example, is extremely relaxing. And it's so fascinating. I mean, I like clay a lot. But the clay you get, and you kind of start getting the shape right from the beginning, right? The wool is just that bunch of fibers. They're nothing. And then very slowly they start taking shape. And for me, that's just fascinating.
Yes, absolutely. Not only fascinating, it's addictive too.
It's very addictive.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, just imagine, from a wad of wool like this. Just a wad of wool.
Yeah.
You can sculpt it into a figure. I mean, that's just incredible. Fascinating, like you said, just with a needle. And then, it's just endless possibilities. Again, like I said, addictive. I mean,
Yeah, very
to the
addictive.
point where I have to control myself. I said, okay, if you're gonna needle felt today, you better make sure you do your chores first. Go to the gym, grocery store, something before you do your needle felting. If I don't keep myself in schedule, I mean, I would just wake up, roll down to my studio, and I'll just start needle felting until I go, oh wow,
Yeah.
it's like 6 o'clock. I didn't cook dinner yet.
Yeah, it's night. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I want to talk a little bit about the business side of it, but first let's see some more pictures. This one
Okay, I can't see it.
is the Chinese dragon.
Oh, okay. Yes. Okay, this was like a last minute thing. I wasn't planning on making it until one day on Facebook, my cousin's kid, they posted a picture of her. I mean, she was in a store playing with a little lion head, and I go, bam, that's it. That's my next project. I'm going to make about 2 girls, with the lion dance headgear, costuming. And that's what came out of it. And this was my second year's first place winning entry, the fiber category in the professional guilds
Oh.
competition.
It was
This
an online competition or a show?
in the, I believe it's an online, and they
Okay.
announced it on the show at Quinlan. Uh,
Okay.
the girl on fire that was first place last year at the, and then this particular one was this year's first place.
Wow, that's cool. Well, it surely deserves that. It's amazing. Let's see one more. I bet these are tiny. Can you
Yeah,
see?
yeah. They're little, about maybe 4 inches or so. They're little. I just love to make their little faces with polymer clay. I mean, even though I needle felt, I still love polymer clay.
Yeah.
I try to incorporate those two together, and those are my little tiny little sleeping baby fairies.
That's very cute. How long have you been needle felting specifically?
January 2014.
Oh, you have the month wood.
Yes.
I know
I
mine was sometime in the past.
yeah, I can tell by looking at my photographs,
Yeah.
on my computer.
Uh-huh.
This is when I did that, and there's a date. Okay, I know exactly what I did.
And so you started in 2014. When was the moment that you thought I'm really good at this, or even I'm an artist?
Oh boy, it's kind of hard to say that. I'm still constantly learning, but I think maybe in the past year I thought I feel a little bit comfortable after the Quinlan show.
Okay.
After the Quinlan show that's when I really kick in and really pay attention and really say, I have to,
I
do
can
more.
do this.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. But again,
Yeah, that's another point.
I'm always
How is evolving and learning? I agree with you, but it was the moment you got associated to a guild, and then you really went there and you saw everybody. I think that helped validate what you were doing. Correct?
and to say, improve, girl, improve.
Do you put your pieces in more shows, in other shows, or just once a year?
If I can go to Quinlan, I would just do Quinlan. But this year, I will be going to Singapore
Oh,
to attend a Teddy Bear and Friends show organized by Wayne Lim.
oh, cool! He's a huge supporter of Curious Mondo.
Yes, he is. He's got a show going in Singapore, and I just want to, join in and see what the market is like in Singapore. There's a lot of people in Singapore. I love Singapore. I mean, the people are so friendly. Great food too.
I bet.
Yeah, so I'll be doing that this year.
Okay, nice, nice. That's exciting. I know he has a good business there, so
Yes,
yeah, I think there's a lot of interest.
yeah, I think he's the only one. He's only the only teddy bear store in Singapore.
Oh, really?
Yes, yeah.
That's interesting. Maria Cohen is, no, I already said that one. Jill Cullimore, so happy Colleen will be sharing her talents in a Curious Mondo class. We'll be looking forward to that class. It's coming, it's August. And guest 663, hello from the suburban Chicago area. I love needle felting and Colleen's creations are fabulous. Do you recommend a specific DVD? I recommend Curious Mondo. She's coming in August. Do you know the dates, Colleen?
20th.
Say it again?
20th.
The 20th. We live stream, which means you can watch the whole thing for free, ask questions, interact with her. There's no better experience than that. And Charlotte, yes, the projects tell you what they want to be. I totally agree, but I always thought, well, I don't draw, and a lot of artists, they actually start with a sketch, and it's actually very detailed. And I keep thinking, is that a flaw or not that I don't draw? But the piece speaks to you, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I sometimes do sketch, but I always find that I veer away a little bit from the sketch. But that's just a guideline. It works
Okay.
for some people, but right now I just make it as I go. Yeah.
Karen Sulish is asking, when is the class? August 20, 21st, and 22nd. 22nd is Nashville's birthday, by the way, so we are going to have a party here. And again, you can watch for free. Just go to curiousmondo, mondo.com, and register for the class. Let's talk about the business side then. Do you sell your dolls?
Yes, I do.
Don't make that face.
Yes, I do. Can I say the name where I sell it at?
Of course you can.
Yeah, I sell on Etsy.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
the only place you sell?
that's correct.
And they
Oh
have
no,
to
no,
look
I'm
for
sorry.
wool
I'm sorry.
dolls.
I'm sorry. I mistake. I sell it on a Facebook group too called Creative Craftworks. It's a monthly first Thursday of the month sale, and I do
Oh, okay.
sell for my dolls there too. So there's two places I sell my dolls.
How do they find your store on Etsy?
It's called Oodolls. You can just type in Oodolls.
And it will come up.
It's OOODOLLS. Let me tell you a story about how I got that name. When I started the business, I thought, oh, okay, what kind of name should I get? Colleen's Dolls, or Creative Dolls, or Colleen's this and Colleen's that, and Cute Dolls, or OOAK. Forget it. So I just couldn't figure what to call my business. Then I remember one day my little niece came in. Every time she comes and visit me, my studio is the first thing she runs to. One day I have all my dolls laid out here, and the minute she got into the room, she goes, "Ooh, dolls!" That's it. That's it.
Perfect.
Yes.
That's great. That's a great name.
Yeah, so thank you, Ella. She's my little cute little niece.
How old is she?
She is what, 10, 11, about that now,
That's
yeah.
cool. That's cool. And when did you start your business?
I would say 2015 or so.
So 1 year after you actually started making.
Yeah,
How
yeah,
long did it take you to sell the first doll?
long time. Yeah, maybe 6 to 8 months, my first small doll. Oh, I was so happy, and then it was no views, very slow traffic, and I thought, okay, what can I do to supplement this? And that was the time where I start dyeing my hair. I thought, boy, I have a lot of hair here, I can't be just sitting in my drawers here. So I thought, okay, let's put a few out for sale and see what happens. Boom. People start buying. And I thought, okay, this will pay for my listing on Etsy.
Yes,
So
yes.
this is pretty much what I do now. So the hair and my dolls are on Etsy.
And I'm going to ask because somebody will. How do you price your dolls?
Oh, that's a hard,
A hard question, I know, but we get it every time. So.
yes. I cannot price it by the hour because if you price it by the hour, I probably make like 25 cents an hour. So I just price it by the doll because I love making it. One day I had to ask myself, why do I do this? I do it because I love it. Why do you love it? Because I love it. It makes me happy. So I just sell it by the full piece, by the price. Of course, as time goes, the price would go up. But the average a doll like this would be about $295. Yeah. And the girl on fire, I had to price her like 2,000,
Right.
250. I mean, she took me forever. Forever.
There was a love and hate relationship
Oh,
through the whole
yes.
process.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I bet.
Oh, I thought I was going to die making her.
Now, you already won at least 2 awards related to the doll. Do you think that is now impacting your final price, or you don't take that into consideration?
I not really. Nah, I mean, I don't feel like I'm quite there yet, but I'm working on it.
Well, I think you should.
Yeah.
Think about when you were in a contest of any type. I had the privilege of assist in a jury for wood carving. And it was unbelievable how much I learned in that experience. Because the first thing, oh, I think this is beautiful. And the lady who I was shadowing said, nobody cares if you think it's beautiful. Is it a good piece or not? And let's look at that. Well, there are so many layers into saying this piece deserves an award or not. There's a lot that it goes. It's just not, oh, is it beautiful or not? It's all the work involved. It's all the details, the proportions, what you're trying to accomplish. So, Colleen, it takes a lot to give an award. You should put that price up.
I will eventually. I mean, it's going up.
Going up. Cherry Davidson is saying, hardest part is pricing. It's quite complicated, true.
Yeah. Yes.
Have you tried any galleries or anything in that arena or not?
Not yet, but eventually and slowly I'll probably get to there. But right now I'm just very busy with, making just the dolls and my doll hair supply, plus my travels and, how, just everyday life. Yeah. So
Yeah,
not quite
it's
yet.
not easy. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
No, 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 no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I'm working towards that. Trust me.
I think there is this validation thing in the mind of the artist, and I think it impacts pricing a little bit. Because first, we question ourselves all the time. We don't consider ourselves artists. And then comes a moment of validation. Somebody buys your piece, or you go to a show, like your case, and say, yes, I'm an artist, right? And
Yes.
then we start selling things. You use social media, so you start selling more. But something happens when you can transition and have pieces in a gallery. It's like a second validation, takes you to a level. Now a gallery is saying you're an artist. So, I mean, it's just, I don't think, how can I say this? It matters because it gives you the validation more than anything else.
Yes. Every doll, every animal I sell, he's just like, wow, she
Yeah.
bought my stuff, my doll. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so happy. Oh, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works from there, definitely.
That's
Yeah.
so cool. I have a dragon that since Noemi is watching, she has a class coming with sculpting a dragon. Look at this guy here.
Let's see.
There you go. Can you see now? Yes.
No. Oh, yeah.
There you go.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's there.
Yeah. Yeah, my little dragon. Yeah. Again, he's posable. You can close his mouth and open his mouth. Yeah, I just like wire armature.
Uh-huh.
You can pose them. And, I just love the way you can pose them. It's very soft. You know,
Yeah.
that's one of the things that attract me to needle felting.
Uh-huh. I like that too. One more. That's a chair.
Here,
You
yeah.
made a chair.
Yes,
Wow.
yes, that's a custom order. Actually, a collector contacted me after she saw this girl on fire on my Etsy shop. She goes,
Uh-huh.
"Can you make me a doll, with this specifications?" I said, "Sure, absolutely." So this is what I came out with. She wanted a beautiful lady sitting on that chair with a little boy, and that's what I made. Yeah, and it's also to show you that you can make use needle felt to make anything, not just dolls, chairs. I don't know if you have the picture of a teacup, saucer teacup.
Do we have that picture? I want to see.
Yeah.
Well,
You
so,
can
but
pretty much
how did
make
she
anything.
get? How did she get to the idea? She saw the dolls and said, "Oh, this is the perfect lady to get a chair."
Pretty much.
Right?
Yes.
We
I
have the
pretty much
teacup here.
the face. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, there you go. And this is a custom request by a good client of mine. She wants to say, Colleen, can you make me a teacup and saucer? I said, absolutely. I can make anything.
Wow.
Yeah. So just don't limit yourself to dolls or animals. I mean, you can really make, like I said, cup and saucers, chairs. I mean, the chairs are like plush chairs. I'm going to make a chair pretty soon for another piece I'm thinking of doing.
So that chair could withstand the doll there sitting.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Oh, yes, yes. Again, it's got internal wire armature.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That's very cool. That's very cool. Let's see one more. Coming, coming. Oh, we saw this lady already. Do you have another? Well, so he's showing me. Oh, now we have a whole farm here, and a bear. Ooh. Okay, let me guess. The lamb is Teeswater.
Wensleydale.
Ah, so close.
No, the wool is Wensleydale.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, but I think the ewe is, I think it's a Wensleydale ewe. But anyways, there's two little duckies, little panda and the little sheep. Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have many friends that have farms with sheep, but I'm terrible with the breed, but I love them.
I
Okay.
love sheep.
You love sheep?
Oh, yes, I do. I wish I can have one.
Me too. But Nashla would kill me. The other day I brought the idea of having an alpaca. She really almost killed me. We already have 5 pets. We don't need an alpaca. Noemi saw the dragon. She's saying, oh my gosh. Beverly saying, so beautiful. Guess 747, your level of detail is incredible. I am in love with your work and you are so fun too. And Charlotte is saying, thank you, Curious Mondo, for another great interview. See some of you this weekend. Oh, yes, because we have a big fiber festival. It's the Great Basin Fiber Festival. And it's fun. Too bad you're not here because you would love it.
I know.
I mean, you're talking about the smelly thing. We leave the festival, we have bags of those things.
Oh, I wish I can go. Oh.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good.
Oh.
Do you belong to other associations or guilds besides the art dog guilds?
No, not really. Just the professional, doll artists. Yeah, just them. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
And locally, do you go to any groups or?
No.
I think Arizona is very artistic, right? I know a lot of good artists there.
They always have beautiful shows there. I checked a few out, and it wasn't in my price range.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I gotta move on. But they are very. Yeah, they have a lot of art shows. I seriously have to check a few out. Yeah.
Uh-huh. You mentioned most of your pieces have wire armatures, and Charlotte is saying breaking needles on wire armature is too easy. LOL.
No, just go ahead and watch my show, August 30th. I'll be teaching, how to make her all wire armature. It's just how you
go.
Yes. I mean, I do it all the time. There's really no problem. Yeah, I haven't broken a needle.
You haven't broken a needle?
No. But before I use wire armature, I break a few needles because I was like, needle it so hard and so firm and yeah. But whenever I use my wire armature, there's no problem at all. Trust me.
Good. So do you work with several types of barbed needles or mainly one? How do you work?
I usually stick to one for pretty much all the work. I believe it's like 27 triangle. I can't remember. But that's what I use all the time. It's just for general felting. It all depends how deep you poke and how light you poke. It just different ways to sculpt it. But I pretty much stick to one type of needle.
Yeah. Me too. For people that are interested in watching your course, what are the basics of what they need to have around? Because, a lot of people just like to try it while they're watching. So what are the basic 3 or 4 things that they need?
You need to get batting wool. Okay. Not comb top roving, batting wool. BATTING. Yeah, it's something like this. Okay. Then you need to get your needle felting needles. And then some kind
of...
So
the 27 in your case would be the best bet for them?
I think so. I can't remember the number, but that's the main one that everybody use.
Okay.
And then a foam pad so that you have something to work on. And wires.
And some wire.
Yeah. And I use floral
wire? Oh, floral tape?
Floral tape that's wrapped in white cloth. I use that, and the gauge for the body is 27.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I use.
Okay, so take that down because August 20, 21st, and 22nd, she'll be here at Curious Mondo teaching exactly that doll that she has beside her. How do you call this doll?
Her name is Little Miss V.
Little Miss V. And she has this Victorian style dress. She's going to teach you everything about this doll. Again, we live stream, so it's live. You have the chance to interact, even submit your work in progress. Many times we show during the course, and it's free to watch. So very important for you to be here.
I need to add one more thing. Her hands would probably take a 26 gauge wire.
Okay, for the hands.
Her body is 20, her arms is 26 gauge. And then you can buy whatever lace you want,
For the dress.
whatever trim you want,
Okay.
go crazy.
Yeah. That's
But
the
the
best part of life, to go crazy every now and then.
yeah, and the underneath part, I will show you how to make a dome shape skirt. Instead of just gather your skirt, with a piece of felt, teach you how to make a solid dome, circular shape
Okay.
for
That's
her.
so fun.
Yeah.
Noemi is asked how you don't break the needle. How come?
I kind of figure out where the needle, the wire is, so I just,
Go
needle it
around.
the other way, the other way.
Wire here, needle that way.
Yeah, other way.
Noemi, you need to be here for this class. Come on. Colleen, any final words of advice for people that are interested in this technique? Where can they get? What I'm trying to lead you to say is that this is not to make toys. You're talking about art, correct? So
Yes.
take from there.
Yeah. Don't be afraid. Don't limit yourself. Um, don't say I don't want to use wire armature for the body. You
You
know,
have them in all stages, right? Just legs and body.
yes, I have them in all stages. I mean, it's just don't limit yourself because in the beginning when I started, I go, oh, I'm gonna be a purist. I'm just gonna use wool and that's it, nothing else. And I thought to myself, come on, why are you limiting yourself? Life is too short. Come on, let your hair down a little bit, enjoy. So that's when I start adding wire, lace, ribbons,
Polymer clay.
yeah, even fabric for and I start to use fabric.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, so just don't limit yourself and don't be afraid. I know people are concerned about breaking needles and just hitting on the wire. It's not an issue. Seriously, it really is not an issue. After you make one, you kind of know where you should poke, and where you shouldn't. And every time if I poke the needle, it's not hard enough that it will break the needle. Just trust me. Don't be afraid.
Yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be
Oh
afraid.
no, yeah.
I didn't ask you at the beginning, how do you call yourself? Do you call yourself a fiber artist, a sculptor? How do you like people to refer when they are talking about you?
Doll artist.
Doll artist, that's it?
I don't want to limit myself.
Oh, yeah, that's a good point, yeah.
Because I remember again, I love polymer clay. I love needle felting. I just don't want to limit myself. Because one thing I would like to share with you. Of course, my husband said, you don't have to tell people that. But that's okay. I don't mind. When I was 25, a little over a year after I married my husband, my wonderful husband, is sitting right there.
Yeah, he's helping us,
Head
yeah.
right now. I had cancer. He's just wonderful. He took care of me.
Yeah.
But after I recovered from cancer. Yeah, and I one important thing I learned is don't limit yourself. Do anything and everything you can. I mean, honey, you have one life to live. Oh, just use it.
Live it, right?
Experience everything. So that's one of the things when I make my art, my dolls, I go, don't limit yourself. Come on, let's do something else different. Yeah, every time I try to make something different or try to experiment with different eyes. So I try not to limit myself because I never know what I'm going to do next tomorrow.
Yes, right? I do have a feeling we're going to become best friends because, I didn't have an experience like you did, but I live my life like today's the last day. I'm gonna enjoy it the best I can, even when it's a bad day. I go full force. It's a really bad day. I go full force.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. We only have this life, and we don't have control when it ends, right?
Yeah.
And also, learning how to express ourselves is also very important.
Yeah. And also one of the reasons why when you see my dolls, they all have a bunch of beautiful hair. I tell you why. I lost all my hair. And I thought, you know what? If I don't have that much hair, I'm going to give them to the dolls.
Yeah.
So I'm doll hair crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's our frame, right? It has to be a very complicated experience.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But you're healthy now and you're creating beauty, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Everything is fine. I'm just going crazy making dolls, and that's about it.
And that's what you tell your neighbors, right? What do you do for a living? I make dolls.
Yeah,
And they look at you like, hmm.
yeah, exactly. They just go, oh, okay.
Uh-huh. And then they go, there's a weird lady living there. She says she makes dolls. Who makes dolls?
Yeah.
Well, I know a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Charlotte is saying, oh my gosh, no broken needles. You are really my hero.
Thank you. Oh.
Colleen, really, really a pleasure to talk to you today. It's amazing what you make, and you know, the soul that you have is fantastic. I can't wait to have you here. And, and I just want to tell everybody, you know, give it a try. Needle felting is super fun. Like she said, it's addicting. It's not difficult, right? It's just a process as any other, and you're going, and you just saw that you can use the needle felting with polymer clay. If you like to dye stuff, there you go. And the material that you need to get started, a high density foam, a needle felting needle, some wool. Fiber festivals here in the US now are starting everywhere because the temperature now is warmer. It's the time for this kind of show. Go to a local fiber festival. Google that. You have, you know, farmers around you. Support your local economy. They are raising those sheep. They are raising those alpacas, and you can turn them into beautiful sculptures. Correct?
Correct.
Yes. Thank you so much, Colleen. And guys, thank you so much for your time and for your interaction. I think it makes the day for Colleen and for me, so we always appreciate that. Don't forget, every Tuesday we are back with another artist where we talk about their art, we show their pieces, and we go on tangents as well. It's just a time to have fun. Thank you very much, and I'll see you back here next Tuesday. CreativityInFocus.com. Share this video if you like.